Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do a taste test between all three of these K-Cups. So I've got the original Donut Shop iced cookies and caramel. I've got the McCafe iced one-step Mocha Frappe. And on the right, I got the iced one-step Hazelnut Latte. Now you can brew these in any Keurig. I'm using the Keurig K-Iced. Okay, so the Donut Shop iced cookies and caramel, this is like a coffee K-Cup. That's actual coffee in there, and there's a filter in there that the coffee's in there. There's 2 tablespoons of coffee. Over here, the McCafe iced one-step Mocha Frappe, this is like a powder. And it's gonna send hot water in there, and it's gonna dissolve that, and that's gonna make your drink. And same with the iced one-step Hazelnut Latte. This is a powder that's inside there, and it's gonna dissolve inside the K-Cup and come out the bottom. Okay, so for the Donut Shop, it says fill a tumbler full of ice. It says to brew it on the 8 ounces. I like to brew it on the ice button, which is typically about 4 to 6 ounces. We're gonna add milk and then sweetener. I tried this earlier just with the coffee in there, but I did have to add some sugar. I like the flavor of it, but just by adding milk, it didn't take away all that bitterness. I had to add some sugar. So I added the sugar here on top of the ice. Hopefully it's gonna dissolve a little bit better when I brew the coffee. Okay, so here I've got the Keurig K-Ice. We're going to put it in. Now, typically, I like to do over ice for these coffee K-Cups. And 6, let's do 8 ounces. It's going to brew 4 ounces through that coffee K-Cup. Now, the ice is going to melt, and that's going to help dilute it. Again, this one here is a coffee, so you can drink it it'll be like drinking a black iced coffee, but I did add some sugar to it. I can't drink straight black coffee. It's just too bitter for me. I have to add some sugar and some milk. Now, if you don't have an ice Keurig, just try to brew it on its lowest setting. And if you have a bold brew, like this one has a strong brew, use that. It'll extract more flavor out of the K-Cup. Okay, this one's done. Now, you can drink it just like that. I'm going to add some milk. Now, typically I add anywhere from 2 to 4 ounces. I add quite a bit of milk, about 4 to 6 ounces of milk. Any type of milk you'd like to add. I'm adding 2% right now. And again, this is just a really cold, refreshing drink. Okay, let's give the cookies and caramel a taste. Okay, I can definitely taste the caramel. You know, the cookies, it's a sweet drink because I did add the sugar. The milk really takes away all that bitterness taste to it. And now the flavors shine through. You know, it's okay. The cookies and caramel, I can definitely taste. The cookies are kind of towards the end. Definitely the caramel right at the very beginning. So yeah, that's a very nice iced coffee that's very refreshing now. Okay, so next let's do the Mocha Frappe. It says to brew on the 6 ounce side into a tumbler full of ice. And again, this is a powder. So I found that the 6 ounce was just too strong and too concentrated. I brewed it on 8 ounce and it tasted pretty good. Now here's the cookies and caramel. That's still got the coffee in there because this is like a standard coffee K-Cup. Now we put this in here just the same way. The one-step Mocha Frappe. Now you can brew it on 6 ounces, but I'm not going to brew it with over ice button either because that's just a powder that's getting dissolved. So I'm going to do an 8 ounce, and you don't have to do a bold brew or anything. It just needs that hot water to dissolve that inside there. And this is already a really sweet drink. You're not going to add any sugar or milk. You can see it's coming out. It's hot coming out, so be careful. And it's going to melt the ice, but that is going to dilute it. Now it does say it has 80 calories. And it does have 9 grams of sugar. I'm glad to see that it has normal sugar in it, and then it has instant coffee. Okay, so there, you might want to add just a few more ice cubes, but that's a still pretty cold, refreshing drink. You are going to want to stir this. Make sure to always stir these. Sometimes it's a little more concentrated down at the bottom. But again, you don't have to add anything. It's already sweet enough. Let's give it a taste. Might add just a few more ice cubes. It's not super, super cold. It's just nice and chilled. But it does have a good taste to it. It is a Mocha Frappe. I can definitely taste that mocha in there. Yeah, it might leave just a little bit of an aftertaste. Now the one thing with this, the Mocha Frappe, is it didn't seem, yeah, you saw there's a bunch of the syrup came out the bottom. It didn't seem to get all of the stuff out. I did 4 or 5 of these, and if I open this up, you can be careful, this is hot, you can see there's still some of the powder down in there. It didn't mix it all, and it didn't dissolve it all. Now when I did the next one, the hazelnut, it did. It got all the powder out. So it did a good job, because again, it's just a powder, but the Mocha Frappe just didn't seem to get all the powder out. Okay, so next let's do the one-step Hazelnut Latte. I'm gonna put it in. Again, I like to do 8 ounces. You know, it recommended 6 ounces. I found the 6 ounces to be just a little too concentrated, but it didn't melt as much ice. Okay, so let's just do the 8 ounces. Now this has 90 calories and 10 grams of sugar. And it looks like the ingredients are sugar. And it also has some instant coffee in it too. Okay, so here's the powder coming out. It's getting mixed. Now again, that coming out, it's really hot, so be careful. And again, if you want, you can brew that on 6 ounces if your Keurig will let you. All right, this one's done. Again, let's give it a nice stir. Okay, let's give that a taste test. Okay, that's a little bit of a sweeter drink, and it tastes really good. And I don't really necessarily have any of the aftertaste with it. The hazelnut is kind of on the light side. It mainly just tastes pretty sweet. I don't necessarily taste the hazelnut a bunch. But I took the hazelnut K-Cup out, and you can see it dissolved everything inside of it. Now again, the first one we did, the cookies and caramel, this is coffee. So the coffee always stays in there. It just brews hot water over it, and you're left with the coffee grounds are still in there. So I've been seeing a lot of different K-Cups coming out with iced. You know, this McCafe iced, this is brand new this year. I'm waiting to see for the McCafe iced coffee, like the vanilla iced coffee. I'm hoping to see that. I'm also going to do a video on how to make a McDonald's iced coffee with the Keurig machine. Yeah, the frappe I had big hopes for. It just kind of fell flat. The hazelnut one, and again, it's going to come down to taste and flavor. You can brew these on 6 ounces if you want. Again, 8 ounces, you can see quite a bit of the ice melt. What didn't end up being the coldest drink. You know, the iced coffee, where you're taking full advantage of the ice button on your coffee maker, you know, this one's definitely the coldest and the most refreshing, but I had a little bit more work. I had to add some sugar and some milk to it, but it's definitely a nice, refreshing drink that I can definitely taste the coffee with this. These don't necessarily taste like coffee. They're kind of like sweet drinks that you can kind of taste their flavors that they've got in them. I will put links to all of these underneath the show description notes. I am an Amazon affiliate. If you end up clicking on the link, the product won't cost you anymore, but I will get a percentage from the sale. Now, I bought all of these K-Cups with my own money, and I was not paid for this video. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Even Dunkin's got this cold caramel. I'm going to be doing a review on it. It's pretty amazing to see all the K-iced machines, the iced coffee machines, and the iced K-Cups. Again, I'm not quite sure what they're doing on the inside with these coffee K-Cups that say iced. You know, they're saying specially crafted for cold coffee. I'm not sure exactly what that is. It says that it stands up to ice, so maybe it's more of a concentrated coffee. I'm not super sure about this. But I do have some exciting news. I am going to be talking with a roaster in St. Louis. We're going to come up with my own coffee brand. Just had the preliminary meeting. Really, really excited about it. And the people that I was talking to are super knowledgeable. So I got lots of questions for them. And I'm going to be interviewing them during this process, this journey I'm going to call it. And I'm going to take you along with me. So that's definitely one thing I'm going to be asking them about these cold. They're actually making some K-Cups too. So I'm going to be asking them lots of different questions about this stuff. Yeah, these are kind of the original brew over ice. The Green Mountain came out with these, I think, a year, maybe 2 years ago. And I didn't know much about them. I did some reviews on them. These all taste good. They got about 3 or 4 different flavors, but boy, things have just really exploded with this over ice. So again, if there's any other K-Cup you'd like to see me review and do a taste test again, I'm not a taste test expert. I kind of give you my opinion. I typically have to have things way too sweet. I can't drink it black. It's just too bitter or too acidic for me. But I'll definitely buy it and kind of show you and explain to you and see how I think it does taste. Underneath the video, if you could give it a thumbs up, that really helps out my YouTube channel. I sure do appreciate everybody's support, and thanks for watching.